So Derek, looking back on Tuesday night and that narrow defeat at Newport, has your frustration maybe grown as you've looked back on a game with so many chances?
Yeah, I mean, over the two games we've played against Newport this season, we've had over 40 attempts in goal and been unable to get enough goals to win 3 points in both games, which is really disappointing because we controlled large aspects of the second half here in our home game, and then to go away from Newport on Tuesday night and do ever so well in the second half. They started the game well, no doubt about it, but we still hit the bar. We could have gone, ahead in the game, but the amount of big opportunities we had in the game, we should have won the match.
Yeah, you say big opportunities. When you have big opportunities, does that make that kind of defeat more difficult to take than a defeat when you're just not in it?
Yeah, of course. We've been in a lot of situations this year where we've had opportunities to score. It was probably similar on Tuesday night when it goes to 1-1 and then we get a great chance to hit it across the goalkeeper. We don't hit the side net and 2 seconds later they go down the park and score. And that's happened to us too many times this season.
That was Marcus Dackers with that chance. We've just spoken to him. It's a character building exercise, isn't it, for him? He has the celebrations on Saturday after his goal against Fleetwood and then that on Tuesday night. You need resilience, don't you? It's a lesson to learn as a striker.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to hit it across the goalkeeper or you've got to hit the target. But we had umpteen opportunities in the game to win the match and to go there and do as well as we did. We shouldn't have come away with nothing.
The additions you made in January, though, they do seem to have made a difference, don't they? And the chances you're getting are good chances now. They're big opportunities, like you say.
Yeah, I mean, the squad is stronger now than it was going into January. We've let 2 players go. We've taken in 4 players, and the 4 players we've taken in 2 strikers, an attacking midfield player, and a goalkeeper. And that's enabled us. We've let 2 go out, 1 a defensive midfield player, and 1 being a winger. So from our point of view, we are strengthening the squad, but we've got to go and take these opportunities.
You talked before about back-to-back wins. That could have been it on Tuesday night. It wasn't. There's still a 3-point gap. Does the pressure grow as that 3-point gap continues?
No, well, the pressure is going to be there all the way to the end of the season, and we have to cut the gap. And we had the opportunity to go above Tranmere on Tuesday night in goal difference. We didn't do that, and we have to now look to Notts County on Saturday to see if we can go there and get a victory. We got a draw here in a very an entertaining match.
How do you see the Notts County challenge? Do you see them as being stronger than when they came here?
They have changed a wee bit. They have changed their style, and they do change their style from game to game. They either play with 3 up front, or you could call it floating 10s. They also, play with a 10 and 2 up at times. It depends on McGoldrick, because McGoldrick does float about a bit. They've got Connor Grant, they've got Whittaker. So the main focal point is Jata up front, but on that, they always play a back 3 and they always play with wing backs.
So you selected the same team on Tuesday night that beat Fleetwood. You've got Jed Garner in the frame now as well. Are you looking at maybe making changes to cope with Notts County on Saturday?
We look at, we always look at different games, and we look at, the opposition. We did that when Notts County, came here the first time, and nobody would have guessed the team that we were going to play that day. But it's about how can we deal with the threat of Notts County, but not only that, how can we get into positions where we're going to create chances and score goals?
Obviously, you've talked about needing to win every game, but realistically, a point at Notts County would be a very good point, wouldn't it, when the gap is narrowing at sort of 3 points?
Yeah, of course. A point away to a team that's second in the table would be beneficial, but we will try, obviously, to get the victory. But as you say, sometimes a point is good.
Is there a balance to be struck as well? A lot more attacking intent and big opportunities in the last couple of games, but maybe that leaves you a bit more exposed at the back. 2 goals conceded on Saturday, 2 on Tuesday night, as opposed to the narrow 1-0 defeats we've been talking about all season. Is it a balancing act?
I would say the goals, on Tuesday night were errors. They weren't, we make an error for the first goal, we make an error for the second goal. So I don't see it as a team that have played through us to get their goals, and we have rarely given up, really big opportunities in the games.
You've got Lee Angol back from suspension. Any other injury concerns, absences ahead of the game on Saturday?
The only ones are the similar ones. Ross Millen is still out, but he's come back into training. Stuart Moore is still working his way back, with his thigh injury, and George Ray is the same. But everyone else is good to go. We'll take a good squad with us to Notts County. We'll take 22 with us. That's leaving 3 behind, and that gives us a good pool of pools to choose from.
Your bench is visibly stronger now, isn't it?
It is, but we've never had that luxury this season, and now we've got competition for places mostly all over the team now, and that's important as well because people are looking over their shoulders, and before that wasn't the case. They thought that they were playing. Now they've got to think, maybe I'm not going to walk into the side unless I get the business done.
So that competition is a good thing in a number of ways, psychologically, but also just good, fresh legs to come on with 20 minutes, half an hour to go.
Yeah, it is, and I think that having that ability to change the team, but not only that, in the past we've gone with players that maybe haven't performed well in a game and given them another opportunity and another opportunity. Now that opportunity will only probably once or twice, and then they'll have to come out and somebody else gets that opportunity.
Carlisle have appointed Mark Hughes this morning. Does that change the landscape around the bottom end of the table at all?
I don't think so. I think the squad's the same squad that is they've got in the January transfer window. Does it change their structure in playing style? It could do, and probably will do. I would have thought. I would see them becoming more of a direct team rather than playing out from the back. I think that's going to be quite evident in the first game, but that's nothing to say that Mark Hughes is a direct football team manager, but that's the way that they'll probably change to try and get the best out of the squad.
So when you look at that situation now, would it be wrong to think of it as like a 3-club battle, Carlisle, Tranmere and Morecambe? Have you got to be thinking beyond that and looking at other clubs above the bottom 3 to be confident of getting out the bottom 3 and staying out the bottom 2? Sorry,
I would say it's a 3-club battle at this moment in time. I think that until you gather enough points to then drag the other ones in, then it's a 3-game club battle at this moment in time. But that's ever changing, as we know. The results over the last week, if they worked in a different way, if we had gone to Newport and won and Newport had lost, then the gap would have been really small. So we've still got opportunities to go on runs. We've got home games coming up after Notts County, and they're going to be important to us.
Get money for your old phone, MazumaMobile.com.